history was made at the Academy Awards, with Chloe Zhao becoming the first woman of color, first Chinese woman to win the Oscar for Best Director. You'd hardly know it in her home country of China. The government there censoring mentions of her name.
Zhao has become a lightning rod of criticism after social media users found a 2013 interview where she suggested China is a country with, quote, lies everywhere.
This is indeed based.
To maintain access to the Chinese box office market, you really have to play by the Communist Party rules. Chloe Zhao's next movie is The Eternals, which is a Marvel Studios movie, which means it is a massive, big budget superhero spectacle. Will Chloe Zhao be deemed radioactive later this year when that movie is scheduled for release? And can its studio, Disney, navigate those politics and still get it into the theaters?
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and I don't think it's any surprise or secret that I strongly dislike the Chinese government. Now, this, of course, does not extend to Chinese individuals or people, in particular, ones that also oppose their government, but I hate the CCP. I hate everything about it. I hate how much power it has. I hate how infiltrated our education system is with Chinese money, how infiltrated our entertainment system is with Chinese money. I hate how Western values are constantly tossed aside in order to please that particular market. This is done every single day by companies like Disney, major Hollywood filmmakers. This is done by most large video game corporations, including Activision Blizzard, making changes to their game here in the West to appeal or bend the knee to censorious governmental regulation to have an access to the nipple that is the Winnie the Pooh economy. By the way, if you agree, make sure you leave a like on this video. And if you're watching and you're not yet subscribed, please do take just a moment to click that red subscribe button down below the video. It'll help you find my videos, which is very, very helpful, obviously, and I'd really hope I earn it today. Now, Disney has a long history of doublespeak when it comes to the Chinese economy. They preach inclusion and diversity here in the United States. In fact, even trying to train their employees using bizarre critical race theory, signal boosting, BLM, and all of these things on their corporate accounts. But behind the scenes, they shrink the pictures of black actors in their films because the Chinese don't like blacks. There's really no other way to, there's no other way to put it. You know, they hid Chadwick Boseman's face in the Black Panther movie poster. They hid why can't I think of his name right now? Geez, it was just on the tip of my tongue. John Boyega in the Star Wars poster. They removed the Taiwan flag from Top Gun, the famous patch on the back of a jacket. These are all things done to appease the Chinese market. They continually acquiesce to try and chase the box office, even though it's been one hilarious flop after another. China's box office. Disney's Raya and the Last Dragon opens with a whimper in third place. Chinese box office. Mulan defeated yet again by the 800. Mulan is one of the Disney's worst performing remakes. These are, of course, remakes hoping to access the Chinese market. Nobody asked for a live-action remake of Mulan here in the United States. Nobody asked for them to remove beloved characters like Mushu. The Chinese did that. Their government, I should say, in particular. So good. I'm glad that these movies are flopping. And remember when Mulan was filmed in an area very close to where there are literal camps full of Muslims that, you know, are held against their will, chemically castrated, put in work camps, like right now in 2021. And Disney went out of the way to thank the company that's been in charge of that. Disney has claimed it was not responsible for thanking the Chinese Communist Party in the credits at the end of the film Mulan, saying the decision was taken by local contractors. What? Disney unapologetic over Mulan credit, thanking the Chinese Communist Party. Well, How about yet another backfire for Marvel? We can see Marvel Shang-Chi Eternals may face uphill battle to enter China. Not just uphill battle, but it's facing actual banning. The country might ban both Shang-Chi and the Eternals. Ha 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 ha. Good. 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 Marvel Studios might have trouble getting a Chinese release for both Shang-Chi and The Legend of the Ten Rings and Chloe Zhao's The Eternals. Although most fans of the MCU are excited to see the likes of Shang-Chi and The Eternals, no, they're not. Nobody even cares about these movies. Audiences in China might not get the chance to watch the film in theaters. The country does not allow free market on movies. The government approves or denies every single upcoming release. As noted by Variety, there's been long concerns about the depiction of the Mandarin as reimagined version of Fu Manchu, who basically embodies the yellow peril stereotype. So it wouldn't be shocking for the Chinese government to ban the film for that reason alone. Good. I hope they do ban it. Keep banning all these films, China, and Disney keep suckling on the teat of Winnie the Pooh and abandoning your Western audience, and we'll keep not seeing your movies. This news comes in observation of the CCTV6 China movie channel left out both Shang-Chi and the Eternals from its list of upcoming U.S. releases. That doesn't necessarily mean that both films have been banned, but it's not a good sign either. Marvel's highly anticipated, by who again, Eternals has also an interesting connection to the country. It's an Academy Award-winning director, Chloe Zhao, is surprisingly prohibited from visiting China after a 2013 interview with Filmmaker magazine went viral when it said it goes back to when I was a teenager in China, being in a place where there are lies everywhere. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be banned, guaranteed. I mean, the director is banned from the country. They're not going to play her movie there. Any idiot could see that coming. And by the way, casual moviegoers, I know there are many of which in my audience, as well as myself, name the characters in the Eternals, right? Nobody cares about this film. Shang-Chi, tell me anything about this character. Yes, there is a tiny hardcore audience, and yes, Marvel had to move on from the Avengers, but nobody cares about these characters. That doesn't mean they couldn't be good movies, although the Eternals look like it's going to be a woke disaster. Shang-Chi does have some possibilities of being a decent film, or some chance. Now, you can see introduced in Marvel Special Edition 15 in 1973, Shang-Chi is a skilled martial artist raised in an isolated compound. We already know. And again, I don't have anything against Shang-Chi as a character or the actor playing Shang-Chi, but I strongly hate Disney. Marvel's The Eternals and Shang-Chi might be getting banned in China. Variety's Rebecca Davis reports that these movies have not been announced, which are expected, aired the release dates of 8 of the next 10 Marvel studio films, but did not include Shang-Chi and the Eternals. Now, what can Disney do? Probably just give China a bunch of money and a little bit more control. I don't think that I can understate how much control the CCP has in Western cinema. It's shocking in our education system and everything. Their tentacles are there. Look at how much of AMC they own, which is a primary reason I felt extremely conflicted about shorting that stock and profiting from it. I wouldn't care if AMC, I'd prefer AMC be bought out by a Western valued company, not China. China owns AMC for a reason. Davis explained why the omission of these two films could mean they're banned. The omission might seem small, but significance lies in its provenance. The channel is under the jurisdiction of China's powerful propaganda department, which has the final say on film approvals. As for why Shang-Chi and the Eternals might be banned, Davies cites the director, Chloe Zhao, is the main reason for the Eternals. Of course, as reported in the New York Times, Zhao saw her Oscar win for Nomadland censored in China by the communist-run government. The censorship came after Zhao's comments about China. Well, it is full of lies, but you know what? The United States is full of lies too. As noted by Davis, the Communist Youth League paper China Youth Daily claimed in 2019, although the Mandarin is not the same person as the Fu Manchu, it's still under the shadow of Fu Manchu. They added even just the announcement of the characters has caused a huge controversy in China. Marvel wants Shang-Chi to earn money from its global audience, but faces a big challenge. The film itself would decide whether it ends in tears or laughter. I think both. I am not paying to see Shang-Chi in the theater, not because of any like boycott of it, just because I'm not really all that interested in it. Will I watch it when I'm out in a boat? Will I watch it at a friend's house? Sure. The Eternals, I have like zero interest in that film. The cast seems awful. I don't have any affinity for the Eternals. So, you know, that movie is going to flop too, although who knows what kind of budget it had. And now that everything is hid behind the Iron Curtain of Disney Plus, we don't really know if any of these films are going to be flops or not. To me, I hope it gets banned, and I hope Disney loses hundreds of millions of dollars because it's the only way that they'll stop bending the knee to the Chinese market. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.